Gemini, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of April. You've been very busy because Mars has been transiting in your sign, getting you in all different directions, and the North Node of Fate is also transiting in your sign of Gemini and has been since May 5th of last year. And this is a good time for you for taking action to make new things happen in your life. And with Mars in your sign, learning a lot of different things and networking in many ways also, because as we begin the month of April, both Venus and the Sun are transiting in the cardinal fire sign of Aries. Cardinal signs make things happen, and they're transiting in your house of friends and groups and community. It's also the house of metaphysics and enlightenment, and that's a nice energy as we begin the month. And as we get more into April, there's a lot of cardinal energy to get things going. So on April 3rd, Mercury changes signs and enters the sign of Aries, where it'll be transiting until April 19th in your house of friends and networking. So this is excellent for all sorts of networking and communication for you and dealing with friends. On the 6th of April, Venus forms a sextile to Mars in your sign, and that is really romantic, creative energy, good for love, good for financial opportunities, good for feeling positive. On the 9th of April, we have Saturn in Aquarius, which is transiting in your house of learning and teaching and promotion and publicity and publishing. And Saturn trines the North Node and brings fated opportunities. So pay attention to the people that cross your path. If there's certain opportunities that arise during that few days around that time, seize it, think about it. There is difficult energy that day because Mars in your sign squares Neptune in Pisces. That could block things, that could delay things. That doesn't mean that fated opportunities won't arise, but it does mean that that could delay it or make it a little bit challenging. Mercury meets up with Chiron, the wounded healer, also on that day in your house of friends and community. That's an excellent time for doing a communal meditation or doing something with friends to heal issues that we're all dealing with. But I feel pay attention to the opportunities that come to you because the North Node is transiting in your sign. It's good for everybody, but I think in particular you might find it interesting. And on the 10th of April, we have Venus forming a sextile to Jupiter, and that is very lucky energy. Those are the two benefics of the zodiac, and Venus is transiting in your house of friends. Jupiter is transiting in your house of manifesting. Good for your love life, good for your social life, good for learning, and that's nice energy. And on the 11th of April, we have a new moon that takes place at 10:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 22 degrees and 25 minutes of the cardinal fire sign of Aries. This directly triggers the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that changed the structures of the world and occurred on January 12th of 2020 and brought down many structures in our lives. And this new moon directly sets it off. So perhaps it gives us information in how we can proceed and move forward. We're in a whole new age with the new age of Aquarius, which is a fellow air sign, so very compatible with your energy. But this new moon does trigger the wounds of that conjunction. And, you know, on that date, it's excellent for manifesting. It's cardinal energy. Make it happen, but in your house of wishes and community. But also know that on that date, Venus squares Pluto. So there might be breakups of friends or relationships or power struggles. That is not an easy energy. So that's occurring on the new moon, but still, we need that cardinal fire to get us going. And then on the 14th of April, we have Venus entering the sign of Taurus, where it'll be until May 8th. And Venus will be transiting in your house of dreams and creativity and spirituality. Venus loves being in Taurus. It's very fertile and creative, but it's also exalted in the 12th house. So this is really lovely energy, and that's nice to look forward to. On the 16th of April, we have more Pluto aspects because the Sun in Aries squares Pluto. That could be power struggles with friends. Just kind of lay low. Know that there might be big endings that day, but just keep going. And then on the 17th of April, we have interesting energy because Mars forms a trine to Jupiter. So Mars in your sign forms a 120-degree angle, which is very fortuitous, to Jupiter, the grand benefic. And Mars and Jupiter, when they work together, that's a really lucky energy. So that's a day to manifest, and whether you're doing a writing project or you're promoting yourself, it's very nice energy. But we also have on that day Mercury squaring Pluto. So there could be energy of power struggles with that. Perhaps you are trying to uncover information, and if you're doing research, it's excellent for digging deeply. Or if you're doing healing work, it's excellent for that. Mercury is going to make good aspects to both Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, and that's helpful, but it's still pretty intense with Mercury squaring Pluto. I still like the energy of that day and think we could get a lot accomplished. On the 19th of April, the Sun enters the sign of Taurus, where it'll be in your house of spirituality and the imagination, and it'll be there until May 20th when it enters your sign. And Mercury also changes signs that day and enters the sign of Taurus in your house of the subconscious mind, and it'll be there until May 3rd. Now you have 4 planets transiting in your 12th house of spirituality and manifesting. Excellent to gear up for your birthday on May 20th, or birthday season, when the Sun enters Gemini. But it's good for your imagination. It's good to get rest. We have been dealing in such a high-paced world in this real digital time, more than ever, with Saturn and Jupiter meeting up in Aquarius. On May 22nd, Venus and Uranus meet up in Taurus, and that could bring unexpected financial and creative opportunities, romantic opportunities. The moon makes nice aspects that day, so I have a feeling that might be more pleasant in its unexpected energy. On the 23rd of April, Mars exits your sign and enters the sign of Cancer, where it'll be until June 12th. And it'll be in your house of income, how you create, and what you find of value, what you want to make of value. It's in its fall position in Cancer because it's exalted in the opposite sign, but it's still cardinal energy to get things going because Cancer is a cardinal water sign. On the 24th of April, Mercury meets up with Uranus in your house of the imagination. You might have really innovative visions or dreams. Pay attention to the messages that you get through your subconscious mind, through your daydreams, your real dreams, whatever it is. And there's a confirmation. On April 25th, Venus squares Saturn, and that can be challenging. Venus is transiting in Taurus, where it loves to be, but it's squaring Saturn in Aquarius, fixed blocks, whether it's relationships or creativity or financial blocks. But, it is what it is. And then we have on the 26th of April, a full moon that takes place at 11:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. at 7 degrees and 6 minutes of the fixed water sign of Scorpio. And this is very intense energy. It's the day before Pluto stations retrograde at 26 degrees and 48 minutes of Capricorn. And we feel that station 5 days before and 5 days after. Major endings and turning points. Pluto rules Scorpio. Death, regeneration, transformation, purging, intense full moon. Definitely intense. So with that said, just focus on what you want to try to release and let go, and know that that's going to be intense end of the month. On the 29th, Venus and Mercury make good aspects, so that's nice. Creative and loving energy. And on the 30th of April, the Sun in Taurus meets up with Uranus, and that could bring unexpected twists and turns, as Uranus always does. It's the ruler of the sign of Aquarius, and that's been the pace of this year. A lot of twists and turns. But I think the Pluto station is a big deal. That's a big deal at the end of the month. A lot of cardinal energy. And the end of the month also for you to try to get rest and recharge and trust your intuition, because you were functioning under Mars really driving you and making you work really hard for a while. So good luck, and thank you very much. Take care.